Good evening, everyone. My name is Allison Dennis, and I serve as Executive Director for the Sitka Center for Art and Ecology. We are thrilled to have so many familiar faces and new voices coming together tonight in support of providing free art and ecology-inspired education and free art supplies to kids and schools in our coastal community. A big part of that support comes from many generous sponsors. So just join me and imagine you work for a nonprofit and we're trying to grow a free youth arts program during a pandemic. So now imagine that a beloved in-person event like the annual Your Arts Desire event that you count on for financial support just couldn't happen over the last few years. So I read the names of our sponsors. I invite you to listen to each name with as much joy and gratitude as we all feel at Sitka and in our local schools each time another organization or community member pledges their support. So we, the community, we thank Jordan Schnitzer, Adventist Health Tillamook, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Commercial Division, Valerie Schumann, Principal Broker, Georgie's Ceramic and Clay, Mindful Mosaic Art Studio, Oregon Coast Bank, Pacific City Sun, Rosenberg Builders Supply, Sportsman's Pub and Grub, Tillamook People's Utility District, McMenamins, Schwabe, Williamson and Wyatt, Scott Ceramics, Brian Potter Design, Park Lane Suites, Seifert Winery, Ford Family Foundation, the Roundhouse Foundation, the Robert and Mercedes Eichholz Foundation, Braemar Trust, the Kinsman Foundation, Oregon Community Foundation, Oregon Arts Commission, and Oregon Cultural Trust. It really takes a village and you are part of that village. So everybody, thanks for coming tonight. One thing that drew me to Sitka is that in our DNA is a belief that each of us is born with an innate curiosity about the natural world around us and a desire to find our own voices and make our own marks and express ourselves creatively. Sitka celebrates its 52nd birthday in May as a Tillamook County 501c3 nonprofit. Through workshops, residencies, and events, the Sitka Center provides time and space for place-based reflection, inquiry, and creation at the intersection of art and ecology. And now with the youth program, our programs spark the creative spirits and natural wonder in artists and scientists from age 4 to 104. Whether you are here tonight to offer moral support for this grassroots labor of love, or you are able to support our youth program financially tonight or in the coming years, everyone is welcome. This is an unpressured celebration. First and foremost, tonight's program is to take you on a journey, honoring the legacy of this youth arts program and the many people who helped nurture it, from its slug soup and community arts project origins to the growing program it is today, and told by the people who helped make it happen. We're especially excited to bring these two communities, the Community Arts Project community and the Sitka community, together. Just this morning, I received a message and a pledge of financial support from Craig Hansen, a past board president of Sitka. Craig is with us in spirit tonight and wrote to share, "It has long been a goal of Sitka to invigorate youth art programming. And this event, among other steps taken, will help Sitka outreach to coastal area youth. Great job." Speaking of great jobs, it is my great pleasure to pass the mic to our Master of Ceremonies for tonight and Sitka's passionate and talented youth program manager. Please make some joyful noise wherever you are. We can hear you. And welcome, Liana Perry.
Thank you, Allison. Hello and welcome. My name is Liana Perry, and as Allison mentioned, I'm the Youth Program Manager at Sitka Center for Art and Ecology. I am so excited to spend the next hour with all of you showcasing the work of our youth art program, students, and spotlighting the years of service and commitment provided to Tillamook County by volunteers and community partners who've worked to bring this program to life. The youth program is a comprehensive art and ecology inspired education program that brings hands-on learning into the classrooms of approximately 500 youth pre-K through 8th grade at both Nestucca Valley K-8 and Garibaldi grade schools. And tonight we will explore the program from its initial conception as part of CAP Community Arts Project, to its transition under the Sitka Center's umbrella programs. We'll take you inside the classrooms to see firsthand the work that the students are creating monthly and hear their thoughts about how this program is impacting their daily lives. Tonight's event is going to be a combination of live speakers, such as what you've seen so far, as well as pre-taped presentations and testimonials and video montages. Now, in light of COVID surges impacting our community, we did decide to conduct all of our testimonial interviews and recorded them via Zoom. So you may note that there is a slight variance in video quality due to our rural internet connections. Please forgive us. In order to optimize your own viewing experience this evening, we recommend that on your settings in your Zooms that you put it to speaker mode. That way you can see the active speakers as well as the video presentations while they're being presented. While we are sharing tonight's program highlights with you, if anything in this evening's program, while you're reflecting on the impact, inspires you to join us in our mission and you would like to give, please feel free. There are a couple of different ways that we are working towards meeting our goal of $15,000 tonight. Currently, each of the participating schools contribute to our youth program budgets. And in order for us to bring these programs to students for free, these schools have made commitments to us annually. Our goal tonight is to change that. We want to alleviate these schools from making these financial contributions so that they can use those funds to help support other areas within their schools. And you as community partners can really join us tonight to bring this truly wonderful program free to everyone. For $4,000, you can support an entire school. You can bring your art to every single student. We have students ranging up to nearly 350 in our Nestucca Valley schools. For $525, that brings an art and ecology experience to each student for a whole summer. And for just $100, you can provide art for 7 months to a student within each of our schools. As Allison mentioned, it really truly does take a village. And one way that you guys can get involved if you're inspired tonight and you would like to make a financial contribution is by either texting to Youth Art to the number 707-070, or we also have a link in the chat that you can click on. If you click on that link, I'm going to show you what happens. Okay, so once you click on that link, it's going to take you to a separate page. When you get to this page, you will see, it'll say at the top, Sitka Center for Art and Ecology, so you know you've landed on the right area. You will be able to select your amount that you would like to give and enter it into that monetary section there. You can select whether you want to do a one-time or a monthly payment. In the next section, which is slightly purple, you'll notice that it has an area for giving a tip. Now that tip does not go to our organization. It goes to the Pledge app. They provide this as a service to everybody for free. So if you would like to support them, you can. If not, you click on that other, simply take out the number and put in a 0, which will mean 0 tip. Click continue and it'll take you to a new window where you can enter your information and also your credit card. I'm going to stop sharing now. If you would like to participate as a business sponsor and participate in our advertising and business sponsorship, feel free to put your name in there as your business name. Business sponsorship start at the $200 level, and we will follow up with you next week if you would like to participate in that with more details about your giving levels. Now, I would be so excited and honored to introduce Nicola Harrison. She is our Sitka Center for Art and Ecology's General Manager and former Community Arts Project Executive Director. Welcome, Nicola.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. I am seeing so many longtime friends and family members, so thank you for all of your support and showing up for today. First off, I want to thank the past Community Arts Project board members for all of their support and helping make this transition happen. Trusting me and trusting Sitka to continue their excellent programming that they developed. They created an incredible foundation that lasted over 30 years, and we were so lucky to inherit their programs. Let's see here. Sorry. We also want to thank all of our past donors and volunteers, and thank our future and current donors and volunteers. We are really happy to have all of you with us and continue to grow with the program. So prior to joining the Sitka team as the general manager, I was community arts projects executive director for, I think, 5 years. And prior to that was Kim Cavatorta, which you'll hear from tonight. And she did such a wonderful job making the art literacy program become a reality in our county. So I owe her the biggest thanks in the whole wide world. I met her when, oh boy, it was a long time ago, when my daughter was 5 and she started kindergarten here. She's now almost 21. So it became apparent that the programming that Sitka offered and the infrastructure that they had was going to help springboard community art projects programming into a whole next level, which you'll learn more about tonight. There's one thing I have to share with you, because this is how it all started for me. If you ever want to know what it feels like to be almost like Santa Claus, you walk in the door as an art literacy instructor. You are the most popular thing in the whole wide world. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there.
I completely concur with that. It is like the best job ever to be able to bring this art to these students. Thank you, Nicola, for not just what you're doing with Sitka, but for your years of service and development of this program with CAP and your role as it continues. I could not move forward without you, for sure. Now we are going to switch over and we're going to hear from Kim Cavatorta. As Nicola mentioned, Kim was another former community arts project executive director and was instrumental in facilitating the earliest collaborations within the school district. Kim's going to discuss with us how the art literacy program need was identified in our community and integrated into CAP's programming.
My name is Kim Cavatorta, and I was a board member starting in about 1995, when just after Mark and I moved to this area. And I served on the board for a few years, and then I became the executive director a few years later. And I think I retired as the executive director in 2016, which is when Nicola Harrison took it over. CAP was an entity before we became involved with it when we moved here, but not much was going on. And when we joined it, we had this idea of this summer art program called Slug Soup. And that started in 1995 and went for about 7 years before we had this realization that even as successful as Slug Soup was, it wasn't touching every student in our community. And we thought that was really important. A friend of ours in the Tillamook area was providing an art literacy program to the schools there. And we got really excited about it. And we thought, now, if we want to touch more kids, we need to be in the school. And so we adopted her art literacy program for South County. And we began by offering it at Nestucca Valley Elementary School. And of course, the most important thing to us was that nobody be excluded. And so we offered the program through the school completely free of charge to families and students. So that was wonderful. And we were able to do that because we had a very generous startup grant from the Watt Brothers Scholars Trust in Bay City. And they funded us completely for 3 years. The biggest challenge, with this program through the years was finding funding and finding staff. And Sitka Center can provide both. And it's just a wonderful thing. We're so grateful. The kind of program that's this in-depth, an in-depth art education program isn't generally available, especially not in elementary schools and especially not here. And so the way I feel about it is that the program really opens the kids' hearts and minds to a completely new world. And we saw it all the time in their faces. And so that it will continue, to be life-changing, really, experience for a lot of these kids. We put our hearts and souls into it for so many years. And to know that it's going to continue means so much to us. So thank you to all of you who have made this happen and are continuing to support Sitka in this very special way.
Thank you, Kim. Now we are going to hear from one of the more recent Community Arts Project Board President, Carol Kearns. Carol was one of the key individuals involved with facilitating the transition of the youth program from Community Arts Project to Sitka. Carol is going to reflect on some of the strengths that CAP identified in Sitka and how the CAP board saw that these strengths could support longevity and continuity of the existing art literacy program.
I'm Carol Kearns, and I was previously the board chair for CAP, the Community Arts Project. And I joined in about 2015. I think the person who gets credit for helping link Sitka and the Community Arts Program is Nicola Harrison. And Nicola, for many of you know that she's currently on staff at Sitka, but prior to that, she was the executive director for the Community Arts Program. And so she really had a good understanding of both entities and how they might work together. And so once we started the conversation, it was just really clear the things that we had in common and how the partnership could really benefit each other. I think we really had a great respect for what Sitka had already been doing for years, very successfully, for art and ecology for adults in the form of workshops and internships and classes. But one of the things that they didn't have was a children's program. They were also well established financially. They had great resources and access to a nice base of donors. And so I think that we thought that partnering with CAP would allow them to expand their services to children. And for us, it meant that we could continue, or there would be an organization that would continue our good work. But I'd like all of you who participate in this fundraiser to remember is that art matters. It matters to each and every child. It matters especially to children from low-income families who don't have the resources to access private lessons or camps. We need to celebrate and create opportunities for kids to experience the creativity and joy and to inspire them.
Thank you again, Carol, so much, and for everybody in the Community Arts Project team who helped so instrumentally with this transition. I would like to remind everybody again that if you are feeling inspired by this evening's show and you'd like to show your support, there are two different ways that we've provided to give tonight. You can text the word youth art as one word to 707-070 from your mobile phone, or you can click on that link in the chat and it'll take you to a site where you can do some live online giving. Now I would like to introduce our next individual who's going to provide a video testimonial, Alan Holzapfel, the Sitka Center for Art and Ecology Board President. Alan's going to share with us some of the ways that the youth program rounds out Sitka's programming and mission.
My name is Alan Holzapfel. I am the current president of the board of directors at the Sitka Center for Art and Ecology. The idea that Sitka consider taking on a youth art education program was only discussed in the positive. Really, why would we not do it? After all the merger details and legal requirements were completed, the boards of both entities were unanimous in their approval of the merger. As a board member at the time, I remember thinking that Sitka was engaging in a wonderful opportunity, and I'm confident now that that was the right decision. I see the Sitka Center actually reinforcing its basic tenet and revitalization of a part of the original Sitka mission. As a reminder, the Sitka founders, Frank and Jane Boyden, began the Sitka experience as a summer exploratory camp for youth. Currently, the Youth Art Project is a very direct reconnection to those historical beginnings, and I firmly believe an effort that reaches out and rounds out and completes Sitka's purpose. I am hard-pressed to imagine a more fitting addition to our programs. I believe that Sitka's major contribution to the excellent work started by the Community Art Project is the expressed commitment to expand the program as widely as possible in the entire Tillamook County school system. With continued support from our local community, Sitka will have the energy, staff, and resources to build more programs, provide more teachers with knowledge, and reach many more students, including those in our community previously underserved. I am particularly excited about the potential participation of our artist residents at Sitka Center becoming involved in the Youth Art Project. Of course, many residents come to Sitka for the peace and solitude to pursue their particular interests, but they are given the opportunity to participate in occasions where a brief side trip to a school for a specific educational session. This can be of benefit to both the students and the instructors. As a board member, I firmly believe in youth art education. So my vision is to see Sitka expand the program into as many schools as possible. That is why this Arts Desire fundraiser is so important. Of course, broad brushstrokes are always encouraged, but even the pointillist view of many small dots can create a masterpiece. So please help however you can, and thank you for your interest of sharing art with the youth of our community.
Thank you, Alan, so much for your contributions as well. Well, folks, we have one more testimonial from another board member at Sitka, and then we are going to get to the meat of it where you get to step inside one of the classrooms. So hang on to your hats. We're going to listen to the words and sentiments from Peg Herring, the Sitka Center for Art and Ecology Vice President. And Peg's going to share some insights about the importance of providing youth with these opportunities to explore and take creative risks, and how the Sitka Youth Program facilitates a safe environment in which youth can blossom and grow.
My name is Peg Herring. I'm the Vice President of the Sitka Board of Directors, and I've been on the board for 4 years. But I've been involved with Sitka for almost that many decades as a workshop participant, artist in residence, and now as a board member. Sitka offers people the opportunity to have life-changing experiences. And it's not just a bus stop, it's more of a transit system that serves artists and ecologists at all stages of their creative journey. Now the youth program gets young people on board this journey while they are still curious and fearless. I spent much of my career working with college students, graduate students, early career scientists, and many of the brightest of these people, weirdly enough, suffered from a lack of confidence. They called it imposter syndrome, but it was fear. They were afraid they didn't know enough, or that they had no right to claim a place in science, or even more intimidating, in art. This youth program catches kids before they fall into that trap of no confidence. It lets them explore without any predetermined outcome, and to create without judgment. A child who's drawing a picture of a clamshell is not an imposter. She's an explorer, and she is fearless. So my greatest hope for the youth program is that it builds curiosity and confidence in that child that she will carry for the rest of her life, So thank you, everyone, for creating this program for all those children.
Thank you so much, Peg, for everything you've done. As you've seen, the development of the youth program, it's been a journey. The strength and the collaboration between community members, schools, and youth have been instrumental throughout this development. The next part of our program tonight will highlight one of the most recent pilot collaborations with Sitka K School, the Summer Youth Workshop Program. In summer 2021, we joined students and faculty of Sitka K to provide art as part of a 6-week summer school program with an overarching theme provided by the school of what we do matters. Students participated in more traditional science-based instruction during the morning hours, and then I got them for 2 hours in the afternoon. And we studied all kinds of different types of art, and we really got to dig in deep, all aligning with that what we do matters theme. Students, for example, they created air dry clay animals inspired by endangered species. They worked with visiting artists such as Peg Herring, who came in and led them through nature journaling, and they were able to publish their own book that had nature-inspired drawings of pollinators and native plants. They were able to take a field trip to the local Echo Mountain region where they saw the burn area, collected charcoal from the burns, and then came back to our art classes and were able to sketch native trees using that charcoal. So now, without further ado, I'd like to unveil the students at work in the summer program with an amazing video. It is nearly 5 minutes of just all student action. So I invite you guys to really, really enjoy this portion of the show tonight. Oh, I get so excited when I watch that video, and I have watched it quite a few times. So I will put it out there that if you ever need a little pickup in your day, just play that thing and it will put joy right on your face. Thanks to some tremendous grant support that we received from Oregon Community Foundation. One of the other highlights of the summer program was we were able to send home a complete art kit with each and every of the 103 students that participated in the summer program. They got to take them home. They got to create with their friends and family and keep that joy of learning going. Again, it doesn't take just one person, it takes a whole community to be able to bring this program to our youth. So as a reminder, if you're feeling inspired, please feel free to join us and make a pledge tonight with your support. There are a couple different ways that you can do that. You can text Youth Art to 707-070, or you can click on that link in the chat and it will take you to a screen where you can make your contribution. Whether you give $1 or you give $1 million, every single piece helps. And you being here tonight is already showing your commitment of supporting this program. So thank you to each and everybody who's been here. And we are not done yet. I still have a lot of more exciting videos and community partners to share with you. Our next individual that I would like to introduce is Misty Wharton. Misty is the superintendent of Sitka Valley School District, and her leadership in innovative collaboration projects have allowed this program to flourish. And we are so honored to have such a wonderful partnership with her and the district. Misty.
Well, hello, everyone. That video, I got a little verklempt because going through there, I can name every kid's face that flashed on the screen. And I know their backstory, and I know that the impact of this programming has in their life. So that was a pretty emotional, I don't know, maybe I'm a little emotional tonight, but well done. That video was amazing. So I am the superintendent of the Sitka Valley School District. I started in the district as the elementary principal, and at that time, Kim was the executive director of Community Arts Project. And up until then, I didn't really know that much about Community Arts Project. I was young and dumb and just trying to learn my way as the elementary principal. And then the first time I went and watched a lesson, it clicked for me. Like my daughter's on here, Scarlett, who's almost 21, and she had been having these art literacy lessons from kindergarten on, but I'd never seen it in action, like the actual component in the classroom and what the kids gained from that. And it's magical because I think PEG stated that it's a life-changing experience. There's no greater time than now to really focus on the arts because we've all lived through this extreme life-changing experience. And you see that reflected in the kids' art right now and the things that they talk about and the emotions that they're feeling. And so the challenge in our community is we have this wonderful new school. Thank you, taxpayers. But the reality is that we're at 70% free and reduced lunch. So the kids who attend our school are impoverished. And to be able to provide to them this service that showcases the art, and for the parents, like Nicole and I still have things of Scarlett's framed from elementary school art literacy programs. The parents get just as excited about it as the kids to be able to have that as an option for their children. And not many elementary schools, unfortunately, they don't have that any longer. And then this summer, I got super excited because we took science and art, which I've always wanted to do in a summer camp setting for our kids. And with Sitka Center at the helm, because they're not just about art, it's also ecology, which is science. And so we got to showcase both of those things. And so looking at the screen at everyone that's here, I see so many faces that I've known for so long who've been an important partner in this journey. I think that we're at a new launching point for what we're going to be able to offer our kids, and anything that you can donate and help in that pursuit. I know that we're going to work hard on the other end, grant writing and trying to get as many kids to do these things for free as possible. And last, thank you, because this is a project of passion, regardless of how many kids you're serving. Even if it's 20 kids, you're making a difference in 20 kids' lives. And that's a goal for all of us, is to make a difference in the kids' lives, which is why I work with kids, because adults aren't so fun. But, if you could donate, you would be appreciated. The other piece, am I over time yet, Leona? Okay, the other piece is the adults in our school system also learn from this experience. So Dana Holbert is on here, and what we've decided to do at the K-8 school is make 3rd and 4th grade our nature journaling year. And so we're buying, you know, professional grade nature journals for our kids that will travel with them up as they continue through the K-8 school. And we're creating an ecology center out here for them on our campus that they can go and explore. And so that's new learning for the adults in this whole process. And so it's a yin and yang. And so this is good for me to partner with Sitka and Community Arts Project formerly, but it also makes me think about how I can bring other partners into it, like Food Roots or Tillamook Estuaries Project or all those things. So it's a connection for our entire county and our community. And the kids get to work with those different adults, which shape their life. I think we'll end there. Next time they'll record me so I don't have to just, you know, open mic it. They learn their lesson. So thank you all.
Thank you, Misty. And I love having you in this role because I always love what you come up with as a surprise presentation, and your sentiments and your genuine just excitement for this program and everything you do has so much meaning. So thank you for your support and partnership. I'd like to toss it next to Jan Marie Nugent, who is also an incredibly strong partner of ours. She's the principal of Garibaldi Grade School. That school serves K through 5. And Jan Marie is equal to Misty, so instrumental in helping us to deliver these programs to our community throughout Tillamook County. Jan Marie is going to reflect on the value that she sees these art classes providing to students and how much her students enjoy and welcome these monthly learning opportunities.
Hi, my name's Jan Marie Nugent. I'm the principal at Garibaldi Grade School, and our kindergarten through 5th grade students have the amazing opportunity to work along Sitka's Center for Art and Ecology by having art literacy lessons once a month provided to them, which has been so valuable for our students. With instructional minute requirements and limited time in the day, unfortunately, art's one of the things that tends to be first to go. And it's hard to fit it in. And so by having this opportunity for our kids, we know that at least monthly, every student is receiving lessons in art literacy that are embedded through the art, which has been so beneficial as the kids have been super excited and proud of the work that they've done. So the reactions and feedback, first and foremost, from the students that we serve, they love the lessons. They love the artwork. Anytime an adult or somebody goes in, especially during the lesson, they flag them over. They want them to come and see their art that they're working on. The kids are really talking about what they are doing. Families love receiving the artwork when they finish with it and it's done being displayed in our hallways. And so it just allows that opportunity for parents and kids to talk about what it is that they learned during their art lesson as well. So they love this program. Over the course of the years, all of the different lessons that have been provided have been amazing. In talking with some of the students, lately they've been working with clay, and so with that different type of medium, they have absolutely loved that because they don't get to do that too often. In talking with another student today, they were talking about all of their paintings that they've done over the years, and this is a 4th grader, so she's been doing it since kindergarten. She has them all hanging in her bedroom on the walls. It's really hard to pinpoint any specific one or two of the projects that have been so beneficial, because the kids love them all. They are just so fascinated by what it is that they're learning and being able to produce something that they otherwise wouldn't be able to produce, or have the opportunity to. So it really just opens it up for our kids and going down a new avenue that they just don't get to experience often. It's been an amazing partnership, first with CAP and then with the Sitka Center for the Arts. Providing this for our students has just been surreal because, like I've said, that it's not something that they've been able to do previously, and they wouldn't have access to that. I think about our students that really have that art mindset and being able to have an opportunity to express themselves through their art. It allows that creative outlet for our students, and they just thoroughly enjoy it. I wish more than anything how to figure out how to build on this and continue to make it even more and find time during the day because this is such an important avenue for our students to be able to experience, especially at the youngest ages. So I would love to be able to continue to partner and figure out a way to expand on this with our students.
Thank you so much, Jan Marie. You are such a critical part of this partnership. We really appreciate you. Before we take a moment to go see another video of the students, we're going to step inside the classrooms and get an observation from one of the classroom teachers. Carrie Wundrum, fourth grade teacher at Sitka K, is going to share her observations of the student experience and impact the youth program is providing to her students.
Hi, my name's Carrie Wundrum, and I am a fourth grade teacher at Sitka Valley Elementary School. The Sitka Art Literacy Program enhances the students' education experience by allowing them to take risks and in a safe environment, so they can explore their creativity. They take their time on each project and they're careful, so it gives them a chance for that as well. And then it gives them a chance to connect with the outside world in a creative and artistic way, sort of be part of that community of artists. I actually asked them today what they thought about the art literacy program, and they said they love it and they want it. So what I see as a teacher is they clear their desks, they sit up straight, and they all participate. It's a fresh thing for them to do, and it's a really great outlet. And I think it also relieves stress. One of the art literacy projects that resonated with me and the students was the one that involved working with clay. And they really liked that tactile experience. It worked for all the different kinds of learners, even kids with special needs. And one thing that one student said was that she got to make the project with the clay, but then she also got to do something completely whatever she wanted to. And she even got to take a little piece of clay home. So that was really special for her. The art literacy program is so valuable for the students because they can work on something independently. And then they also get to see what their peers are doing. So one thing we like to do is a gallery walk around the classroom so they can see really quietly what their friends have come up with. And that builds community. So we're really trying to build community in the classroom, especially going back and forth to CDL, distance learning. This program is different from the regular classroom material that they learn. And the pressure is off. And so it's a safe environment. So kids who may not normally perform well in those content areas do perform well in art literacy, and that builds confidence and self-esteem and in art. We feel more respectful of each other after practicing art. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Carrie. As you all can see tonight, this program is impacting students in a multitude of ways. We are currently serving 500 youth. We are going to be expanding to an additional 500 youth with a new partnership that is brewing. It started last November with East Elementary School. We're so excited because not only does this reach more students, but it's also helping us to develop a new delivery model. We're going to be working really closely with the education assistant at East Elementary, who is currently delivering art, to do more of a train the trainer program. So she will be working alongside me to not only deliver the art, but also to increase her own knowledge base in the arts. To give you a little bit more perspective about what we've been doing this year, we have really worked to tighten up the intersection of art and science and bring in those STEAM principles into the classroom this year, kind of lighten the load a little bit. Last year, there was so much going on that it really reflected as Misty and as some of the other people showed, it really reflected in their art. And we wanted to kind of lighten things up a little bit this year, let kids step away from just that pure introspection to really just finding more creative ways to intertwine what they're learning and what they want to express. So this year we have focused on delivering the elements and principles of design through lessons by featuring historic and contemporary artists. We've brought in more work with our Sitka residents. We were able to focus on a variety of different concepts this year. We looked at animal brain scans, and they learned about positive and negative space by watercoloring. You saw some of those clips in those videos. We were able to study the only individual who is making diatom array art in the entire world, revitalizing a Victorian art form. And I had so many kids say, wait, there's only one? But I could be the next one. And I said, yes, you can. So they got so invigorated and excited that they wanted to learn not just what a diatom was, but what the word array meant. So it was really exciting. Then we stepped into studying plankton. And if any of you have ever met me in person, you would see that I can totally geek out on plankton for a while, and the kids joined me with that. So we studied the work of Rebecca Welty and her inspirations in plankton art and transitioned that over with the kids, where they looked at plankton. They were able to partner with Hatfield Marine Science Center, and we brought in specimen samples. And if you've ever seen a baby octopus, it is so teeny tiny and adorable that I saw a lot of octopi that were created in this program. So we had all kinds of hands-on creative figurines that developed, and I am so excited and so honored to let you step into my world and get to step into the worlds of Misty and Carrie and Jan Marie and all of the other instructors and see a little bit closer glimpse of what the students are working on. So let's join in and see this next video.
I'm Carol, and I learned how to do brain art. And the thing I liked about it is I learned a bunch of different colors I can blend. And there's nothing I really didn't like about it. I liked everything about it. I like doing art, and what I really like doing art, favorite kind of art is doing art with colored pencils and like doing drawings, like realistic drawings.
My name is Mason, and I like art literacy because I gotta do art.
And what types of art do you like to do the most?
Paint.
Like to paint?
And coloring.
Excellent.
I'm really bad.
Samuel, and this is my jellyfish. I made its tentacles and I broke off pieces of the tentacles to make them smaller.
Anything else that you want to say about art or why we should keep doing it?
There is one thing. It's thank you for doing the art.
the art literacy.
We were learning about how art and science kind of like go together. And I think I learned a lot today. I learned some stuff about art that I didn't know. I never knew how much science and art had to be together until now. So I'm glad that Mrs. Perry came with us today.
My favorite things about art are that we get to do it a lot. They're really fun. I get so excited. I'm like, oh, tomorrow we're gonna do art, or like, oh, we had art today. It was so fun. And then I get to show my parents, my family, and then they get to see my art and they think it's awesome.
Oh, I have to say this is the first position that I've ever had that none of it feels like work. It is such a joy each and every time I get to go into these classrooms, and it's a pleasure. And I want to first and foremost thank all of the students. They are the main reason why we're here, and I cannot thank them enough, and all generations to come. This is so amazing that we have this opportunity to be able to impact our community, and that will just keep trickling on and on and on. I'd also like to thank Colin Stapp, photography and videography. He worked endless hours to help put these videos together and to take my quote unquote fabulous Zoom recordings and make them look amazing and polished and so pretty on the screen. So thank you so much, Colin, for all of your help. I'm going to toss it back to Allison to do some more thank yous.
Thank you, Liana, for making this night possible and bringing the story of this program to life so vividly for this core group of community members. Through your word of mouth, I have no doubt we're going to meet our goal to make this program free, not just for the kids who are participating, growing it to 1,000 kids this year, but having it also be free to participating schools. Thank you, everyone, for showing your support tonight. And one more raucous shout out to our advanced sponsors for this event: Jordan Schnitzer, Adventist Health Tillamook, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Commercial Division, Valerie Schumann Principal Broker, Georgie's Ceramics and Clay, Mindful Mosaic Art Studio, Oregon Coast Bank, Pacific City Sun, Rosenberg Builder Supply, Sportsman's Pub and Grub, Tillamook People's Utility District, McMinimans, Schwabe Williamson and Wyatt, Scott Ceramics, Brian Potter Design, Park Lane Suites, Seifert Winery, Ford Family Foundation, the Roundhouse Foundation, the Robert and Mercedes Eichholz Foundation, Braemar Trust, the Kinsman Foundation, Oregon Community Foundation, Oregon Arts Commission, and Oregon Cultural Trust. Thank you, everyone. Spread the word about this program, and wish you all a creative evening and creative new year. Thanks so much.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a wonderful evening, everybody.